So why did you decide to start a school? Like of all the different projects that you could have done, you could have done prison ministry. Why a school?
Yeah. I mean, first thing is why school. It's not because of me, like I want to start a school. But really God spoke to us that if you want to see a changes in a generation's mindset, you have no other choice than education. So one thing that we need to do is started to have these educations that have a God value in it, and then we could see the generation change. If you want a nation free from corruptions, if you want a nation free from wrong belief, there's no other things than educations that have godly value in it. And I thought that it could start it from like teenage or after teenage, but I just realized that when I spoke to some of the teenagers, it's kind of hard and too late. So that's why we decided to go even younger, lower than teenagers, like in kindergarten, that we started to invest the value, the godly value in their life, and then go along together with education, the good educations in their life. So the first thing is God who really wants us to do that. And then secondly, if we really personally wanted to see the changes in our nations, we need to start something small. Then that's the only way, through education. And
How big's the school? Like how small was it when it started, and how big is it now?
So I started to teach just a little bit, like basic, because my English is not that good as well. So I just started with small, simple English in front of my auntie's house. And then with 2-3 children, and how it started grow, and then all the children in the village and another village started to come. And
Wow.
Yeah.
And you enjoy teaching? Have you had any teaching experience before that, or you just?
Well, I teach Bible, like someone's involved full-time in ministry, that you have to teach almost every Sunday. Yeah, I teach a lot in terms of like biblical things, but not with children. Yeah, so that's why it helps me a lot to learn to put like a simple curriculum for children, like English or Bible curriculum for children, where to start. Because I know that out there's a lot of different types of teaching, even for English. But I just realized that these children in different village, they have different understanding, different way of understanding. So I just slowly learned to do that, and then I love it.
Yeah. Oh, that's lovely. And how many teachers are there in school?
At the moment, only me and one other teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, so we have one teacher coming, but I think she will start it next year. Yeah, so 3 of us maybe.
3 of you. And how many students?
Well, the children's at the village, like the one that I've registered when they come and the registers, it's about 120, 130, but they not always come like they all. So because they have to help their parents every day, like a lot of work at home, and some of them live very far. When like very hot season like this, it's just so hard for them to just walk and come. So it can be like, sometimes it can be 30, some can be 40, 60, sometimes it can be all of them will come. So its numbers is definitely.
All year round, or you only sort of teach certain months of the year, or?
All year. We just close the school like Christmas time, because Christmas time is pretty busy. The churches there or the villages there will have also like Independence Day. And Independence Day, every school have their activity and everyone has to be involved. So we just no problem. Like we help them too.
Are there local churches in the villages which?
Oh yeah, we have lots of churches in there, and we get involved. Like we in touch with the church, like whatever the church needs, what they need.
And are they sort of supportive of your work?
Yeah, I mean, all people there with the previous pastors, because they just, in Protestant church, they have like 5 years or certain years they changed the pastor. So the previous one, very involved. Like I invite her to pray, and when we started the school, we're very well connected last time.
And you grew up in a Christian family?
Yeah.
What kind of Christian family was that? Was it a Catholic one or a Protestant
A
one?
Protestant church,
one?
yeah. So, yeah.
And your whole family, your parents, siblings, were
Yes.
they all Christians?
Yeah, so we are 11, and I'm number 10. My eldest sister is Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was grow up with my mother's side. My mom's side is Muslims.
Okay.
Yeah, and she spent most of her time with my grandma's side, from my mom's side. But the rest of us are Christians, so we pray hard for her.
Yeah.
Like really, yeah.
Yeah. So your dad's a Christian
Yep.
as well.
Yeah. Whole family's Christian.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
And so you were telling me before you came to be involved in the prison ministry.
Yeah.
Was that before Andrew became a Christian, or was that after, or like?
No, Andrew was arrested 2005, and soon after that he became fully Christians.
Yeah.
So I only get to see him in 2000. We started to be like in touch with emails or everything. It's from 2011, and then I finally get to see him in 2012.
Yeah.
So I started with prison ministry just a little bit, like 2 or 3 months before I met Andrew.
Yeah.
But I knew that why God allows me to start at that, because actually He led me to this prison ministry in Bali then. Yeah.
Wow. How did you find prison ministry? That sounds pretty full on.
Yeah, I mean, even until the day Andrew was executed, I still don't like to go to prisons. I mean, this is like, I know that that's a very, very like different type of ministry, because you sacrifice fully. Like, that's the ministry that you couldn't get any benefit. Like, some people think that ministry can get you benefit. But when you get involved with prison ministry, you lost everything.
Yeah.
Because I started prison ministry with whatever money I have, everything I put it there. Everything. Like, so it's hard because the battle there very intense. That how you have to pray, kneeling down, pray for protections, pray for wisdom for all the Christians who live there, who stay there, and pray for they not get involved in the wrong crowds, even though very hard in prisons, but they not give up on their faith, and that not only faith, but bad habits inside the prison, and how you can live your life as a biblical standard, even you in prison.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
It's incredible. Very hard.
And prison in Indonesia are very different than in Australia.
I'd be nervous going to an Australian prison, let alone one in Indonesia. It's scary.
Yeah.
So how long were you involved in prison ministry for? Like.
Yeah, so I started like a little bit 2011, and then all the way to 2015. Yeah.
4 years.
Yes.
You were doing it.
Yeah.
Wow. All in the same one prison, or?
No. We started in Java, prisons in Java, in Nusa Kambang, the execution island. They ended up that he has to go there. I started there, and then go all around, and in Java, and then come back to Bali. Yeah.
One of the quotes which Christy brought up was, instead of telling God how big my problems are, I tell my problems how big my God is. Which it just really, just the way of reframing, it just turns things on its head.
Yeah.
Did you find Andrew, was that sort of very much how he approached things? Like,
Andrew is very fun person to be, like very funny guy. Always have this I guess that's Australian sarcastic jokes, like Aussie, very funny. Everything that he saw, he will make jokes of it, and then it's just so fun to be with. Yeah, like I said before, as a human, I think for me, even myself, when you go through hard times. You keep thinking about yourself, your problem, but we forgot that there are other people out there battling harder, difficult problem than you. So stop looking into yourself, but stop looking outside. And then once again, when you read the Bible, this God that we serve is not a powerless God, a powerful God. Then that's what happened with his life. When he started to stop looking into himself and his problem and looking into the Bible, and he just realized that, no, you will never be a Christian that overcomer Christians if you keep looking into your problem, to be honest. I've learned that all over the time. Like, stop looking into yourself. There are people out there. And once you do that, there will be a freedom in your life. Yeah. There's such a freedom from all the burden that will tear you down.
How have you found knowing God in terms of your relationship with God? You've said you've gone through hard patches, but by the sounds of it, you've always had a strong relationship with God, and that since
I don't say I always have strong relationship. Like I told you that one whole year, like you get angry. But I think I am a very persistent or very like I never give up on anything in my life. Never. Like hopefully I pray by the grace of God that will continue for the rest of my life. But Christianity, it's about relationship. It's not only about discipline no, it's about a relationship with God. It's not about legalistic or anything. So what I've learned over the time, I've learned to know God slowly. Like from my problem, for everything in my life, I get to, I've been teaching about prayer, how to get an answer prayer half of my life. So when that happened with Andrew, I thought that I knew God.
you thought you had it all right.
Yeah. And then when that happened, you have no idea that what the Bible says how wide, how high, how deep his thought is so true. You have no idea his plan. Like I was like, oh yeah. It takes that to happen for me to understand that you know nothing. You know nothing, yeah.
You were saying before how each of us has a child inside of us.
Yeah.
And, do you see everyone as a child of God, or as somebody like a prodigal son, or like the image of some children almost coming and then turning around and then going home again? Like how do you view other people's journeys, if you like?
I think from that context that God tried to teach me is like everyone has a past and everyone have a broken part in their life. And much of that related to their childhood. The lacking things in their childhood affected their life, their grown-up men, women now. So there are some part in their life, it's still like affected from their childhood. And it brought up to how they are at the moment. But in that the Bible verse is, God will try to explain to me is like, to enter the kingdom of God, you need to be childlike. This child, like very pure in their heart. They don't think about negativity like adult has. They don't think about complicated things in this life. But they just wanted to know God, to be closer with God. And that's how I learned that God, I don't care, I don't know what happened in my life in this world, but I just want to wake up every day and feel you, and then to feel your arms around me. Like even though there are times I could not feel you, but by faith I know that God is there. Because sometimes to know God is not about feeling, it's a faith. But when you comes to the love of God, you want to feel it. It's a matter of heart. That's what Bible says, love your God with all your heart. It's a matter of heart. Feel it. You have to feel it sometimes. But it doesn't mean that it take the existence of God is not there if you don't feel it, because God is about faith. We know God by faith. And so I think I just need to see every single person as a child of God who, okay, he have problem. This is related to his past. He maybe something happened in his life that makes him become like this, like very, very difficult to dealing with, seeking for attention. This is what I speak about the doubts. So I just want to love them and to see them from that point of view. But other than that, my attitude is toward God is, I just want to be that childlike, to be with you every day, to feel your love, to surrounded by love and feel you every day. Yeah.
Wow. So you're taking a break from your school and writing a book?
Yeah, so I'm going to write a book, how it all started from 2011 to now, to how the school started and how the journey begins, and every details, everything. I'm going to put it in that one book. Yeah.
If people want to support your school and stuff, like do you have a website or anything, or do you have an organisation or missionary organisation which helps support? Like, is there?
We're in the middle of making the website. Yeah, so when it's done, then I will publicize and then share it if people want to come visit. And
Cool.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.